Good morning, guys. It is, good afternoon even. It is 12:31 on Monday, the 7th of August 2023. And this is attempt 2 actually to do this video today. Basically, I had a couple of technical issues earlier. Very briefly, just in case anybody else is trying to do the same thing. I had some difficulty accessing my Trading 212 account, and I found that bizarrely the connection appears to go through better if I connect to it using a VPN. Now, having worked in tech support, I cannot explain that, and in fact, if anything, it goes against good sense, because using a VPN is actually putting another obstacle in the way of the connection as opposed to facilitating it. But whilst the VPN was helpful in getting me onto the site, the upload speed on the VPN I think is probably pretty poor, and that's why I was having difficulty making the video, or at least streaming the video. So here we are. Let's just have a quick look at the notifications, see if there's anything worthy of note there. Telephone Data Systems, I don't know that company, but they are up 80%, which is massive. Looking at strategic alternatives for US Cellular Corp. That's an interesting one that might be worth looking into for anybody interested in individual stocks and shares. Personally, I'm not. So these are biggest stocks before earnings. So there's the BioNTech, Tyson Foods, Cosmos Energy, Viatris, is that Genius Sports, and there's a site Booking, up 8% on strong results and record summer travel expectations. So presumably something to do with travel and tourism. Apple down 3% after reporting decline in sales for hardware products. Interestingly, one of my kids was showing me a picture he'd taken of a cat recently, and I noticed the colours were really lively in the picture, and I thought perhaps maybe he'd used some sort of a filter or something, but he says no, it's just a particularly good camera. And that is I was asking, that is a Google Pixel phone. Don't get me wrong, they're very expensive by the sound of things, but the pictures that the photos that they take on the main camera are fantastic. Now I should say that he did comment that the front-facing camera is pretty poor, but the other one is really good. Amazon up 10% on stellar earnings and optimistic guidance. And there is Crédit Agricole. Trying to remember if I ever had an account with them. I don't think I did. I did have an account with the Caisse d'Epargne, and then I'm pretty sure when I went back to them a few years later, they were going to be wanting to charge me a monthly fee or something, which I didn't want to pay. And I think it was actually the Crédit Lyonnais that I ended up with. Crédit Agricole, I don't remember having any dealings with them as such, but they're doing okay. And there's our order from last week. So Let's just have a look at the market. So as you can see on the face of it, there's not a massive amount of change at present. Now, truth be told, we are slightly lower than we had been. There has been a very slight pullback. You'll see that better if we look at the figures. So, actually, am I right in saying didn't we have just over £9,000 portfolio value last time? I think I'm right in saying that. So the decrease, as you can see, well, it has been about 1% in the last week. So I suppose 1% of nigh on £10,000 is going to be a drop of about 100 or a bit less, and that's roughly what we're looking at there. So that does actually make sense. So the decline for today is about 0.5% so far, and I'm not concerned about that in the least. I do believe that is just quite simply the market just sort of checking itself, just making sure everything's still okay, making sure everybody's still happy with that price point, and that people aren't rushing to cash in their gains. Honestly, at present, I think that would be a foolish move. I think the market has a lot further to go. Just sort of point out that gap there if you haven't noticed it, but if you've watched me before, this is what I call the opportunity gap, and that's where I think the market should be. So let's get on and put in our weekly £120. So it's a buy. Wow, that's not a good sign. I hope this is going to work. I don't remember the last time I had this kind of a thing appear. Tell you what I'll do, guys, give me half a jiffy. I will just throw up a whole screen, if you like, just while I refresh the page, and I'm hoping that that'll work for me, and that it's not going to give me a lot of hassle. Okay, we are back again, so let's do the buy again. I don't believe this. What is going on? That's mad. Absolutely mad. Right, let me do it again. I'm going to refresh the page, and then instead of doing it over here, I'm going to open the wee panel that I normally would have had open at the right hand side, and I'll try it there instead, hoping that will work for me this time. So open the little thing, hit buy here, and we go round and round, and we need a little buy screen. There we go. Okay, so we're buying £120 worth of the S&P 500. As you know, This is the Trading 212 website. Not appearing to work particularly well this afternoon, but not to worry. Our £120 is in the practice account. It's not real money, although I do use Trading 212 and I do invest weekly. But I'm not going to tell you exactly how much or how much I've got. So we'll be buying just less than 1.8 shares at current market value. Let's put that through, and that's just to confirm. So I hit send by order, and I see a notification here. Oh, and things have updated on the right as well as below here, so that has executed. I didn't actually see the wee thing pop up. Usually there's a thing pops up at the top right, but I didn't see that this time. So that brings our portfolio value just back over the 9,000 again, and our return on investment currently 5.87. So yeah, that's where we're up to. Not be long until we're over the 10,000, guys. But we've got another 41,480 left in the pot that we can invest over the course of the next 7 and a bit years. This was year 1, week 18, and yeah, as I say, it's just a case of the market testing its price point, in my opinion. I think that's what's happening there anyway. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today, guys. So yeah, if you find the content interesting, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you found this video in particular of note, why not give it a thumbs up, and I'll be back again next week with more. Have a great end to your day, and thanks for joining me.